back to the 12 days of Soapmas. Lily joins me this morning. She is clearly very proud of herself in her elf hat. Today we're going to be making an amethyst soap. This was another wildly popular one all the way back in springtime. You guys begged me to bring it back, so we're doing a little bit of a different spin on it. It's going to be great. Same fragrance oil, good stuff. If you are following me on Instagram, I have two, one for royalty soaps and then one for personal stuff like pictures of this cute thing. So without further ado, let's make some soap. Hey, guess what? I've got another special guest today. My mom, the queen.
Yay!
My mom, she's a very good guest. She keeps me going and she keeps me giggling the whole time. I hope you enjoy us talking about nonsense because that's about to be what happens. No safety? No safety?
Broken.
Yeah, it is kind of broken actually. It's not working.
That's not plugged in.
It's
It's always hard to get things going if they're not plugged in.
Indeed. So in this bucket of oils here, I have organic, sustainably harvested palm oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil, and olive oil. The recipe that I'm using is listed in percentage form down in the description box below. In case you are a beginner soap maker and would like to use it, please be my guest. I'm gonna pour the lye water solution down the stick blender. So now we're gonna blend this up on high until just past emulsification. Now, the original design was layers and it built up from gray to white to purple.
Right.
But we're gonna do a drop swirl this time because I think I would rather have those colors fully incorporated to match the top of the soap a little more.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 4 colors. We're gonna use these buckets that I have here. You know where I got them from?
I actually do.
Well, you tell them then.
The Dollar Tree. Do you need a spatula now for scrapey scrapey?
Yes, I do in fact.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
I can be like you can be the surgeon and I'll be the little assistant that does gets you all the goodies.
Oh, but I'm scared of those.
So what, the assistants?
No, the surgeons. Scalpels and whatever. How about instead?
They might save your life, Katie.
And I'll be scared of them the whole time.
That's okay, they'll put you to sleep first.
That's right. Instead, how about I'm the chef and you're the sous chef?
Oh, goody, I know how to chop.
And I like food.
I like to eat it too. You make it, I eat it.
That's right. So we've got our 4 buckets here, so let's start adding the colorants in.
Yay. Always my favorite part to watch you do.
Is the glitter...
Is to see, like, poof it into the thing and then it all stirs around.
Your technical terms mesmerize me.
I know all the big words.
The first thing that we're putting in is Eclipse Mineral Glitter from Nurture Soap. It sparkles in the cold process. These mineral glitters are the only ones I've ever found that do that.
That's really beautiful. It looks like it's kind of got some silver to it.
Yes, it does. This is silver tone. They do have a few gold toned ones, but I like the silver.
Oh, that is beautiful. It's always so impressive.
Indeed, Carrie does a good job. The next color that we're using is Purple Vibrance Mica, also from Nurture. If you want a purple that actually looks purple in your soap, this is like the only one I recommend because it's the only one I found that does a good job.
This is dark purple, like Barney purple.
I think Barney purple is more red toned. I'm just saying.
That's old Barney.
Oh my gosh, you're right though.
I know. Believe me, I know. Holly watches all the Barneys. The old ones, the new ones, it doesn't matter. She doesn't seem to care.
I'm glad she doesn't have a preference.
Yeah, it doesn't freak her out to see the old one.
For the third color, we're gonna use Antique Silver from TKB Trading. It's a nice neutral gray. It won't be very shiny, so don't be fooled by the silvery name. It does look silver in melt and pour, but in cold process, it goes matte. And for the third and final color, we are adding in titanium dioxide.
A nice staple.
Indeed, titanium dioxide makes my day. All right, so let's blend them all up from lightest to darkest. The fragrance oil we are using today is called Lavender Martini. Now, I say this, and I also tell you, I do not like lavender fragrances. I think they're overdone. I think they tend to smell chemically. This lavender will change your mind about lavender scents if you don't like them. I'll let my mom smell it now because I know she doesn't like lavender a whole bunch anyway. This, they blended nicely.
It's really nice and fruity.
Yes, it has like a floral and a fruit and a lavender smell in there.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's a good blend of fragrances.
To me, it kind of smells like lavender ice cream. Have you ever had lavender ice cream?
No, but I've had lavender chocolate.
Oh, that sounds good. I bet that'd be a good fragrance oil combo.
Ooh.
Hey, February Valentine's Day.
Yes, be mine. You know, I don't think I've ever watched you or helped you make cold process soap.
What? Are you serious?
I haven't. I'm pretty sure because we've made melt and pour together.
That's right.
And I made some melt and pour one time from a kit.
That's right.
But I don't think I've ever watched or helped or done anything with the cold process.
Well, 5 years in, or 6, or however many it is.
7.
Oh, I'm old. So now that our fragrance oil is blended in, we're gonna start pouring these into our 2 brambleberry molds. These brambleberry molds have only been used 1 time so far, so they're nice and clean. Let's try to keep it that way, but we probably won't. So the purple always sets up more. That's just the way purples are. They just set up more.
The colorant will make it set up.
Yes, it will.
Wow.
And it's a pain in the butt. So will white, as you can see. But then you will see this purple, pretty liquidy still, which actually makes for a really nice drop swirl. If you have a couple of different
one going into a thicker one?
a couple of different types going there, it tends to make the swirl look really pretty. And the gray will obviously be the thinnest. So that's gonna look really nice. And it kind of spills out, see?
Kind of pops up. It's funny, I've seen you do the video, so I feel like I know what's going on here. I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
And it looks so easy. It really does. It looks so easy.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if you're just standing on the side going, yeah, that's what you do. Pour it like that.
Yeah, just pour it on in.
But I'm sure if you're like, okay, here, Mama, pour this, I'd be like, oh, whoopsie. Then it would not look clean like this again.
Yeah.
Never again.
It's hard to get it to where you pour and it actually looks clean.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've had a lot of practice, I would say. That's kind of an understatement.
So I'm gonna tap these down on the ground real quick before we add the gray. Got some gray left. I'm gonna put that on in.
Looks like you're dropping it from higher.
I am. So as the soap gets thicker, you drop from up higher because the amount of pressure and the force that's coming down will penetrate that layer better. Look at me using science terms I don't know if are actually accurate.
Your basic physical science information.
Do you remember what I got in physical science?
No, but I do remember that you weren't very fond of the information presented in that class like you were in biology.
Yeah, first of all, so when it comes to the sciences that I took, there was general science, physical science, and biology. And I was really good at general science. In 8th grade, I was really good. And then in 9th grade, I had to do physical science. And that's when math got involved.
That's right.
And I wasn't very good at it. It also didn't help that the teacher had a vendetta against me, but that's a story for another time. Mother, I got a 64 in that class.
Oh no, did you? Did I make you retake it?
No.
Oh, I was a sucker. Maybe it's because I knew, she's not gonna need that stuff.
Yeah, and I aced. I got a 102 in biology.
Yeah, and then retook it for fun.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, the diagrams you colored and drew were so beautiful.
I know. In fact, she kept some of my lab reports to hold them up for the students after me going, this is what a lab report should look like.
Now, Catherine, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
I have to remind myself I'm still worth something, okay?
Oh, brother. Fortunately, your worth is not dependent upon what you can produce.
Indeed. So now that all of our containers have been scraped and the soap base is in the mold, we're gonna let this sit to the side while we mix up the soap frosting. So for the soap frosting, I mixed up a oil and mica drizzle and I put it in 4 spots along the bag. So it's going to have a little bit of purple on every single dollop of frosting. As you can see, it intrigues my mother deeply. She's speechless.
Oh my goodness.
She's choking.
It chokes me with delight.
And the glitter will start coming out too. Do you see this, Mother?
I do see the glitter.
Do you see it?
You know I love glitter.
I know you do.
But not as much as my friend Angie. What's up, Ange?
We like Miss Valentine. We also like that her last name sounds like Valentine.
Valentine.
So I like to rotate the piping bag as I go along, because if there's certain areas that have like prettier bits coming out,
or a thicker stripe or something,
then I like to put that part on the outside so people can see it really well. Now I recognize this time you've only come in for commentary, Mother, but after watching it firsthand, do you think you would ever be interested in getting a private lesson with me and us filming your first time making cold process soap?
Yeah, I mean, again, you make it look so easy. Surely I can do it. That's how I feel, but you know, I'm also no dummy. I've lived long enough to know, yeah, that people who do it well make it look easy. So, but yeah, I mean, if you were standing there helping me, I'm pretty sure I could pull it off if you were telling me exactly what to do.
Maybe we would start you off with a low top first, so you wouldn't have to worry about the frosting.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, how similar, in your opinion, is piping soap to piping icing?
It's actually harder, I think, because icing is a little stiffer and you have a lot more time to work with it, because icing is never going to thicken up on you. It's just going to continue to stay that way, and you can also wipe it off.
It getting thick is the hardest part about the piping?
I think so.
Because, I mean, I'm seeing here it's not real thick yet.
No, it's not. But I also know when to start piping. And I think for new people, that's a hard thing to gauge.
Yeah, see, those are the things you wouldn't recognize if somebody was there saying, okay, let's get started with the piping. That, yeah, if you weren't here telling me, then, yeah, I would have waited too long, or I would have, you know, tried too early or whatever.
Right. And I also, like, see all this purple coming out? I switched. I didn't finish here because this already has a lot of purple. So I'm moving on.
These aren't as purpley as these other ones.
Right. So I've moved along, and for the second rung, I'm making sure that they get some of the purple too.
I see.
I find that one of the hardest things about piping is getting them all to be the same size. Learning the consistency, I guess, of the piping, and trying to make it even all the way down.
Right.
That was definitely a learning
curve.
Because
I mean, I'm watching you now. It's like, oh no, there might not be enough to go all the way.
We've refilled for the final time. See how you can make anything sound sad if you use the proper accent?
Yes, and you go down with your voice. Okay, and I'm noticing you're not going on the edges, which it does seem as if I've never seen a video, but I totally have. I don't know that I've paid attention to.
Wonderful.
You know, it's all ASMR for me. Ooh, do you like that I use that term?
I am so proud of you, you old woman.
What a granny I am. So why are you leaving this blank on the edge?
Those are sample bars that get chopped off.
Oh, I see.
I have a little bit left, so we're adding a few little more poops on top.
Poop right along.
You were the first person to call them little poops on top.
Yes, indeed, because they are little poops.
You sound like Toad on The Wind in the Willows.
It is Toad.
So I will do one, and then you can do the other.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pay attention extra good.
It's really not this is not rocket science. Okay, now you're really gonna like this next part, because this next part is glitter.
Oh, yay.
This first one, this is from a UK company, and it has slightly larger bits in there, and then we'll put some silver hollow on after that, and I'm putting about 2/16 of a teaspoon on each loaf so that everybody gets some. The final thing, of course, that we have to put on is the banded amethyst. A banded amethyst is amethyst mixed with quartz.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I know it. So how about you put some on and I'll put some on.
Okay, so where are you putting them?
Okay, so where each little mark is, you're gonna line it up right with that. So you're just gonna,
on the line.
On the line, not in between them, on them, which is
in the middle.
Slightly different. Yes, that's right. That's right, just like that.
Ooh.
Good job. So now we're gonna spritz the top with rubbing alcohol. And guess what?
What?
We're done.
It was so fast. I'm disappointed. I want to be here and make more stuff and do more things and put things on top.
So here's what the Amethyst soap looks like up close. You can see all that hollow glitter is even showing up on the camera because it's just so sparkly. And then of course all the stones that have been put in on the top. So we're gonna let these sit.
Like a pro, I might say.
Indeed, like a pro. So we're gonna let these sit for 18 to 24 hours and then we will come back and cut them up after this quick commercial break. We are back the next day to cut the Amethyst soap. I'm gonna peel off the silicone liner. It's still a little bit sticky in a couple bits, but nothing very bad at all. And man, that purple drizzle on top is sparkly. So now I've got to line it up with Kermit here. Make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Okay, that looks about right. And we're gonna cut here. It was really easy to slice. Take off our 2 samples. Okay, so let's pull out a middle piece. All right, I'm gonna pull out a middle piece, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So we got that 4-color drop swirl going on, and that lavender color, guys, literally sparkling. And you got the purple piping, you can see that in the crevices, and even better on this side, and of course we have the amethyst on top. The scent is absolutely stunning. Also, look at this really swirly piping up there on top, and all the glitter is stunning. I really wish the camera would pick up on how sparkly that inside is, but you can see a little bit on there. Okay, so the question of the day is, do you like lavender scents mixed with something else? Now, I know there's a ton of people out there who like just plain lavender, but perhaps I should phrase it, do you prefer if lavender is mixed with something else, like lavender vanilla or lavender apple? Since, of course, I don't prefer lavender by itself at all, I obviously would prefer it with something else. But I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Do you prefer to have that fragrance mixed? To vote on the question of the day, simply click the I in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I see a face. Does anyone else see a face? Thanks you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and click the notification bell. These soaps are going to be available to purchase on January 8th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is a Tuesday. I apologize. I started saying it wrong way back in videos, and now it's too late. There's never going any back. Never going any back. That makes loads of sense. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like dressing your kid up in cute sweaters. This was sent to her from her fairy godmother. It's the cutest thing. Or buying your cat his own Christmas stocking. That one may or may not be based on my real life. Either way, do something that makes you happy, and I'll be back tomorrow with Silent Night Soap and the 9th day of Soapmas. Bye for now.